Just because it's summer doesn't mean you get to start late. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the First Unitarian Universalist Church of Columbus. My name is Sue Farnlocker. My pronouns are she, they. I am an old white woman with oh, Monty, with red hair-ish, and I'm wearing black shorts to minimize the heaviness. We provide verbal descriptions so that people with online or people with visual impairments and those works, anyway, that's what we do. Please take a moment to silence your cell phones. Everybody doing that? Good. And let's see. If somebody comes and wants to sit next to you, please make room for them. And we're a little light this morning because this weekend, Summer Institute started. That's people from all over this part of the country. It's next week, but they're busy getting ready for it. Oh, I thought it was this. Never mind. If you're visiting for the first time, please pick up your visitor gift and learn more about our community. Look for Getting to Know You sign in Beach Hall after the service to learn more about us, and everyone is welcome to come chat with me or another board member after the service. Please scan the QR code above or see the Sunday reminder email for our order of worship and announcements. Paper copies of the order of worship are also available back at the door, by the doors. Thank you for coming.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm happy you're here. I'm happy to be here. My name is Whitney Pyles, and my pronouns are she, her. I'm a 37-year-old white-presenting woman with Chickasaw heritage that I'm still learning to be, to hold and honor with care. I have grayish, blondish, brownish, curly hair that's quite frizzy this time of year, and I'm wearing very fun green glasses and the closest to pajamas that I could get away with this morning. Today's service includes embodied practices, opportunities to connect with yourself and with others, and paperless sacred song style singing. Some of this may feel new or unfamiliar to you, and that's okay. In fact, that's more than okay. That's welcome, and whatever your response to it is, whether it's uncertainty or skepticism or excitement, that is welcome too. And we'd like to warmly and gently invite you to meet any edges that you meet today with curiosity, compassion, care, and self-trust. And please know that everything offered or prompted today is an invitation. So through all of this, you're encouraged to engage in the ways that feel right and true for you. And there is no wrong way to do any of this. I also want to name, which maybe most of you know, but I do want to name that this is a movement-friendly space. So please feel free to stand or stretch or dance, sway, stim, step out, fidget, wiggle, whatever your body and mind need today. Please take that opportunity at any point during this service, including now. So maybe even take a moment for a breath or a simple stretch, just something to really get you feeling good. Maybe it's the first big breath or the first big movement you've had today, so I just want you to savor that to start. Laughter, welcome too. Beautiful sound, always welcome. Thank you for modeling that, Myra. Love that about you. And I'll invite you to please rise in body or spirit for our first hymn, We Shall Be Known. You'll notice in the words on screen the word breathe in parentheses before the word love in the last two lines of the lyrics on screen. Sarah Dan Jones, a UU musician, who was the first musician to serve on the Unitarian Universalist Association Board of Trustees, teaches that love requires a full breath. So she always invites communities singing this song to take a deep breath before singing the word love. We'll sing this through 3 times. You may already know it, but if you don't, just jump in when you're ready, mess it up, say it wrong, sing it loudly, sing it badly. All of that is welcome here. And we'll be singing this a cappella. Ready?
We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love.
Woo! That was beautiful. Thank you, everyone. Am I on? Yeah, great. Thank you for that. That was really lovely. Whether you believe me or not, it was. And let's just take a moment here to acknowledge that we gather on stolen land of the Wyandotte, Miami, Seneca, Erie, Shawnee, Delaware, and Cayuga people, many of whom were forcibly removed. We support the Native American Indian Center of Central Ohio in their Land Back campaign. Where am I? And we know that we have more to be in and solidarity with this land and those indigenous to it. And with that, we might allow any emotion, awareness, sensation, connection, or meaning that arises from this land acknowledgement, we might allow that to be welcomed. So let it be there and find your own way of honoring this moment, whether through stillness, breath, a simple gesture, or a quiet reflection. Let us enter into the spirit of worship. Today's service, building community at the intersection of freedom and interdependence, is about holding the both and. Holding the complexity and the nuance of being an individual with sovereignty and autonomy, while also belonging or longing to belong to a collective, to a community that sees us and supports us as we are. As I read this excerpt, adapted from several lines of chapter 12 in Bell Hook's All About Love, I invite you to connect with any sensations of support or connectedness that are available to you in this moment. Maybe that's feeling your feet on the ground. Maybe it's noticing that support that's available from your spine or from the chair you're sitting in. Maybe it's your own hand on your heart. Maybe it's just connecting to your breath or noticing what inspires you as you listen to these words. Love heals. While it is definitely true that inner contentedness and a sense of fulfillment can be there whether or not we commune in love with others, it is equally meaningful to give voice to that longing for communion. Rarely, if ever, are any of us healed in isolation. Healing is an act of communion. And maybe just letting that land in your system this morning. And now it's time for the children to meet Gus in the back to prepare to bring in the light. Everyone else, we're going to follow this thread of connection, maybe a little differently than you're used to. And we're going to, well, if you'd like to connect with someone else, if you'd like to stay a little bit more inward, that's welcome too. But if you would like to connect with someone else, we're going to call this sparkle hunting. Sparkle hunting. So I'd like to invite you to stand, maybe find someone that you don't know or you don't know well. So find them, or stay seated if you'd prefer not to. But find someone you don't know. Okay. Thank you. Sounds good.
Stops moving around so much.
Okay.
It's this right here still.
Your teeny tiny
My tiny
ears,
head,
your
my
head.
tiny ears and head.
Yeah, okay. It's moving around too much. I think I almost want to tape you.
Okay, you can tape me.
Okay.
So maybe just invite him back into the space and say that they found a few sparkles. It's time to do that. Okay, is my mic on? I don't think my mic is on, is it?
Hi. You're going to hate this part. This is going to be so uncomfortable for you.
That's all right. Ooh, here I am. All right, everybody, let's find a way. Woo! Oh my God.
Okay.
Am I good?
It's going to have to be staticky. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Is my mic on? I can't tell. I don't think my mic's on. Am I back on? Can you hear me through the mic or no? Okay. My baby. Yeah. Okay, I'm on?
Yes,
I'm
you're
good?
on.
Okay. Let's find a way to wrap that up. Maybe making eye contact with this person and saying, thank you, I appreciate you. And finding a way to close out that sparkle hunting. I hope you saw it. I hope you saw that sparkle in someone else. And now it is time for so much sparkle. It is time for our children to bring in the light.
We are here together to create brave space where we can live into our authentic selves, where we can create space to witness others doing the same. May we be reminded of those who have gone before us as we light our shared chalice, which calls us here, home, to ourselves and each other, to be healed through the reason and love held within each of you in this community. Thank you so much. And now we're going to get to talk with the children, but not just the children, the grown-ups too. And there's a very special grown-up that I want to tell you about who's in the congregation at the moment. He doesn't always come, but he used to be a tiny child in this congregation, just like you. And he has now grown up to be a Unitarian Universalist minister. So Joel Miller is in the house with us this morning, and we would just like to welcome Joe. Rowan is Rowan's the kid who did the chalice. Rowan's the kid who did the chalice.
Okay. Thank you, Rowan, for helping us light. Where are you? Thank you, Roshan. Roshan. Thank you for helping us light the chalice today. So we're going to be singing for our time, for all ages. We're going to be singing a new song together, and we need everyone's help, including the grown-ups, please. This song has motions, has movement. So you can make up your own, or we're going to step away from the flame, my loves. I see. Come here, sweet girl. Of course, it's my child. Hey, we're going to do a dance, okay? Okay. Okay, so this song has motions. You're welcome to do your own or follow along with Debra or myself. We'll be doing our own things too. The idea is just that it gets you moving and connecting with the lyrics. So everyone, please rise in body or spirit, grown-ups too. We can all learn and sing together. And if you know this song, please sing it loud. And if you don't, you'll learn it pretty quickly. I promise. Let's have some fun.
You ready? My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down. I am a pine tree on a mountainside. I am a pine tree on a mountainside. I am a pine tree on a mountainside. My roots go down. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down. I am a wildflower pushing through the stones. I am a wildflower pushing through the stones. I am a wildflower pushing through the stones. My roots go down.
Keep breathing.
My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down. I am a willow swaying through the storm. I am a willow swaying through the storm. I am a willow swaying through the storm. My roots go down. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down. I am an ancient redwood tree. I am an ancient redwood tree. I am an ancient redwood tree. My roots go down. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down. I am a mountain reaching for the sun. I am a mountain reaching for the sun. I am a mountain reaching for the sun. My roots go down. My roots go down, down into go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down. I rise with the voice of every living thing. I rise with the voice of every living thing. I rise with the voice of every living thing. My roots go down. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down. Well done.
Yes! Thank you. Good job, baby.
Wow, that was fun. If you want, you can sit back down for a minute. Our roots go down, and this is the community in which our roots do go down. I hope all of you have experienced there being somebody in this community, and I hope the grown-ups have experienced somebody in this community feeding them, holding them, loving on them, so their roots can go down deep. Because what happens when roots go down deep? Do you all know? Things grow big and strong, right? Are you all gonna grow big and strong? We want you to grow big and strong because we love you all lots. So with that, we are going to sing our children back to classes and back to their families with the full go round of My Roots Go Down. Just that first My Roots Go Down and the second follow up to it. You ready? Thank you so much for everybody singing together. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down. Here, a few more. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down. You all are doing great. Well done. I appreciate you hanging with us as we do this together. During the month of June, our offering plate will benefit Kaleidoscope Youth Center. The Kaleidoscope Youth Center has been in existence since 1994. KYC has been the largest and longest standing organization in Ohio, solely dedicated to serving and supporting queer youth. KYC is not part of any one of James' focus groups, but it provides a safe space for queer youth in Central Ohio, which has included First UU youth. We also hope to draw on KYC as a resource for learning to be a more welcoming church to people of all genders. In addition to passing the basket, you can text to give, scan the QR code, or visit firstUUColumbus.com/donate. The offering will now be generously given and gratefully received.
Nathan, I'm a really big fan. Thank you. Today's pastoral listener is Sharon Hammersley. If you have something on your mind or heart today, they'll be in Beach Hall after the service and we'll be happy to listen. We have some joys and sorrows from our community to share with you this morning, and there are caring cards to sign in Beach Hall after worship. Dave Richter had back surgery on Tuesday, June 17th at Riverside Hospital. He is now home and recovering. We send Dave healing thoughts and support as he recovers. Happy belated birthday to all the June bugs on our first UU staff, Brandon Moss, Amber Scott, and Becca Morse. Woo! We send healing thoughts to Susan O'Donnell, who had hip replacement surgery on Thursday, June 26th. A longtime friend is staying with Susan. Support meals are being provided through Sunday today, but additional meals would be appreciated. In lieu of a traditional quote or prayer, I'd like to invite us into a grounding practice called orientation. Orientation simply means taking in our environment, both the world around us and the world within us, through our senses. So first, I'd love to invite you all to take a moment to get a little bit more comfortable, whatever that means to you. Find a little bit more ease in your body, maybe in your mind as well. Just really let yourself land here. And we'll keep our eyes open for this. And you might just let your eyes gently wander through this beautiful space we're in. You're not looking or searching for anything, just allowing the world to reach you through your visual sense. And if you are blind or visually diverse, you might do this through sound or another sense. But basically, we're just letting our environment meet us where we are. So again, just letting your eyes wander through this space. You're not looking or searching for anything, just taking in the environment. And as you take it in, notice if there's anything that feels nourishing or inspiring to take in. Maybe it's a color, a soft sound, texture, the way the light moves. And if something feels pleasant or enjoyable, even just a little bit, give yourself permission to rest there in that nourishment, that inspiration. Let yourself really take that in. And now, if it feels comfortable, you can soften your gaze, or you might gently close your eyes and shift your awareness within. And as I ring the bell, I invite you to check in with yourself. Notice how you feel in this moment. Notice what it feels like to be you in your body, and what it feels like to be here in this community. Just notice, and maybe say to yourself, quietly or out loud, it's okay to be here exactly as I am.
I have to just note my deep and abiding gratitude for both Brandon and our choir. I totally sprung on them that I wanted them to sing that song that is just from our recently released virtual hymnal. And they didn't just sing it, they rocked the house. So thank you. Freedom, independence, and autonomy are central to our Unitarian Universalist tradition. One of our theological ancestors, Henry David Thoreau, who technically was not a member of a Unitarian church, although his mother, sister, and all of his aunts were deeply engaged with their Unitarian congregation. So we still claim him, even if he had reservations about our institution and our religious institutions in general. But that's a sermon for another day. Thoreau connected wisdom with self-reliance, simplicity, and a deep connection to nature. And he still went to his mother's house every Sunday for dinner and to have his laundry done. We Unitarian Universalists hold dear that every person should be free to express themselves fully and to be accepted and loved because of, not in spite of, all of their quirks. And let's be honest, UUs have a lot of quirks. We are very quirky people. But if we are free from being admonished, shamed, or judged about who we are, what does it mean for our freedom to? Think about it. If you are to be free from shame, then what are you required to do or not do when engaging with others whom we believe to be equally deserving and entitled to be free of shame? No one will be surprised to hear me say that I love our youth. And as is often the case in Unitarian Universalist circles, everything from Unitarian Universalist consolidation in 1961 to climate change activism of this congregation's youth organizing to attend the climate rally in Washington, D.C. in 2017, our youth already have an expression to help us with this. And what our youth say is, don't yuck someone else's yum. One Sunday when Em was little, we stopped by someone's house on the way to church. It was winter, and in our house, we had a rule that in the winter, arms and legs must be covered. That they were covered was my choice. How they were covered was Em's choice. That Sunday, Em was wearing a flower turtleneck with a different patterned flowered sundress and a third uniquely patterned flowered tights with fairy wings and sparkly Mary Jane red tappy shoes. This person who deeply loves Em saw this outfit and had immediate concern and anxiety over how this beloved tiny human would be accepted or not based on these outlandish clothing choices. And so this person exclaimed, "What will they say?" I replied that you, our faith community, would probably see Em and ask if those shoes came in grown-up sizes. Without missing a beat, within 3 minutes of us walking in the door, that is exactly what you did. I honestly don't remember who approached Em, but Em's choices were wholeheartedly affirmed with a shriek of delight and an exclamation of, Ooh, do those sparkly red Mary Janes come in grown-up sizes? This is only one of dozens of examples over the years of how you have welcomed our family with all of our uniqueness. This is a lovely story of our congregation at its best. And I have been around the board table when parents have shared how their children have been judged, corrected, shushed by members of our congregation to the point that those children and those families didn't want to return to our community. There is truth in both of these stories. The story of the sparkly red Mary Jane tappy shoes and the story of the shushing of joyful noises of small children. Unitarian Universalism does not mean that you have the freedom to do or say or even think anything you want. We have a shared covenant that calls us to support and accept and encourage one another to live within our best, most authentic selves, to create a more just world where everyone, everywhere has resources and the opportunity to thrive. And we enter into this sacred agreement knowing full well that it will be broken, and also committing to not breaking the relationship. Theologian Martin Buber states that we are a promise-making, promise-keeping, promise-breaking, promise-renewing people. He acknowledges that we will fall short and yet emphasizes that we cannot fall short on purpose. The freedom to be your full, authentic self brings the corresponding responsibility to create space for others to do the same, which is complicated and sometimes requires us to double down on not yucking someone else's yum. Because there needs to be room for me, there needs to be room for you, and there needs to be room for we, because all of us need all of us to survive. We need to be accepted and loved just as we are. Please remain seated to sing Just As You Are. We will sing this through 3 times. This song was written by Leah Morris for her daughter. I invite you, as you're comfortable, to look around the room while singing this song. Let's sing this song to ourselves and to one another, because we all have a deep need to be seen, heard, and welcomed in, just as we are. And this community has provided me with moments of monumental acceptance. And with deep thanks to Kath Savison, we'll now sing Just As You Are.
Just as you are without changing a thing, just as you are, I accept you. I see you, I hear you, I welcome you in, just as you are, just as you are, just as you are without changing a thing, just as you are, I accept you. I see you, I hear you, I welcome you in, just as you are, just as you are, just as you are without changing a thing, just as you are, I accept you. I see you, I hear you, I welcome you in, just as you are, just as you are.
Maybe just a tiny invitation there to look around one more time at one another. With that in mind, I welcome you in just as you are. My mom is here today. She is not in her seat, so maybe, Mom, if you can hear me and you're in Beach Hall, I'd love for you to be back in the sanctuary. But my mom is here in Columbus today from Miami, Florida. My husband's now looking. So yeah, my mom's here in Columbus from Miami, Florida. She and her partner, Steve, who is here. Hi, Steve. Thank you. She and her partner flew in on Thursday, and getting them to the airport took a little bit of magic. Their usual neighbor couldn't drive them last minute, so I reached out to someone that I have not seen in years, my friend Jorge, who I met while I was still living in Miami. And when I met him, it was a really messy time in my life, the before I quit drinking time, when everything felt a little chaotic. But somehow, even through my fog, we connected. And I've been, when I asked him if he would take them to the airport, he didn't hesitate. He said, "Of course, I got you." And I've been sitting with that since Thursday and adding it into my script. But I've been sitting with this reminder that even when we're in survival mode, even when we feel disconnected, disorganized, messy, or unworthy, we are still creating threads of belonging. We are still worthy of connection and support. Interdependence is defined as mutual reliance between people, groups, or things. A state where each part supports and is supported by the others. I imagine it like a mycelial network, a web of interconnectedness, like the roots of many trees finding each other underneath the soil. And as we know, interdependence, community care, not always tidy. It's not always reciprocal in the moment. It's asymmetrical, non-linear. It's someone holding us when we need it, and us showing up for someone else when we can. It asks us to be self-forgiving so we can show up authentically, empathetic so we can offer compassion without needing to fix or judging, and present so we can attune to what's actually needed in the moment and sense into our own capacity to support. Interdependence is radical because it's about being a human with needs in a system that often wants us to be more like machines, that wants us numb, siloed, and isolated. In my work as a somatic coach, I often draw from a framework called organic intelligence. It teaches that we're biologically wired for both autonomy and connection. But when we're under stress from trauma, or just navigating systems built on urgency and perfectionism, our nervous systems forget how to connect. We isolate, we brace, we hold tension in our bodies. We say things like, "It's easier if I just do it myself. I don't want to be a burden. If I were stronger, I wouldn't have to ask." But connection is a biological need. Just being together can be so powerful. Our nervous systems can sync and settle in the presence of another. This is called co-regulation, and it's one of the core ways that we stay resilient. It reminds us that we were never meant to do it alone. Co-regulation can be as simple as eye contact, a shared breath, laughter, creating together, taking action together, sharing a meal, dancing together. Sometimes it's someone saying, "I got you," like Jorge did for me this week. Maybe the more challenging part of interdependence is allowing ourselves to receive the support, to let it in, to move through the guilt or shame that might arise and know that we are worthy of care just as we are. As Bell Hooks said, healing is something we practice together. It's not something that happens in isolation. Steve Hoskinson, the founder of Organic Intelligence, says this of being human: Our basic characteristic as a human species is that we are the singing and dancing species, the storytelling species, the craft-making species around the fire. And these gifts, singing, dancing, rhythm, storytelling, help us reknit the fabric of our social structure, reknit our relationship to ourselves and to one another. Words. We reknit the fabric by showing up as we are. We disrupt the narrative of isolation by letting ourselves be seen, by being creative, by being in community, around the fire, in the circle, at the table, in the sanctuary. We don't have to collapse our needs or carry someone else's life for them. We just have to show up and be human and trust that we are all worthy of support and maybe even celebration. Interdependence invites us all to courageously lean in. After the service, we'd love to invite you to reflect on these two questions. What is one small way you're seeking support in this moment? And what's one kind of support you're available to offer? At the end of this service, we'll be transitioning over to Beach Hall, maybe even dancing our way over, wink, nudge. So stick around for that. And we'd love for you to write down your responses to these questions. Your answers will be posted up there for the next month, and we'll be helping people find these requests and one another. So as we move into our next hymn, I invite you to rise in body or spirit, and if it feels right, lean in. That could mean connecting with consent with someone around you, a hand on the shoulder, standing back to back, holding hands, putting an arm around someone, or even just leaning into a nearby wall, or noticing the feeling of support from a chair in front of you, or just feeling the earth beneath your feet, but connecting, leaning in, connecting with whatever reminds you that you don't have to hold it all alone. And let's sing together, Lean on Me, number 1021.
Oh
For no one can fill those of your needs that you do not let show. And now for a well-worn and loved closing that some of you may know and some of you may not. So we'll put it on the screen, but I invite you to say it together. It's entitled, "Take Courage, Friends," by Wayne Arneson. Take courage, friends. The way is often hard, the path is never clear, and the stakes are very high. Take courage, for deep down there is another truth. You are not alone. We will extinguish our chalice together. The choir will sing their beautiful benediction. And then Whitney and I will invite you to dance with us here, and then out of the sanctuary and into Beach Hall to deepen our connections and relationships and practice kindness as we plant a community of healing together for you and me, so that we can make this a better world for us together. And now we will extinguish our chalice together. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of vision. As we go forth, let us heal and transform ourselves and our world through reason and love.
We have a postlude today, so if you'll just stick with us for one final invitation, I'd like to invite you into some very simple movement, mostly your own movement, so you can just follow along, do your own thing, nothing fancy, just a way to close our time together with connection and intention. So, if you'll just take up a little bit more space, and if you need to hold on to something, that's totally fine. But we'll just take up a little bit more space in the room. We're meeting an edge here. So Debra and I will lead you out and into Beach Hall. So if you'd like to, we're going to move a little bit to this song. We'll make our way to Beach Hall through the center aisle. Debra and I will lead that. We're going 1, 2, 3 at a time, a bit like a Soul Train line. So you can dance, walk, skip, wheel, saunter, completely avoid it, whatever feels good to you. But as we do, let's see each other in this last music. We're not singing, we're in the body, we're dancing for this one. But let's see each other, let's celebrate each other, let's engage and witness each other. And of course, if you'd rather leave and head straight out, that's absolutely welcome. But Debra and I will be manning the table after this to receive those support requests and offers. So, take up a little bit more space in the room. We can start the music here. Maybe just allow yourself to feel your feet underneath you. Find a stance that feels comfortable for you, even if the rest of this feels uncomfortable. All right. And just going to invite you to connect with your feet first. So maybe that means stepping. Maybe that means twinkling your toes. I negate the chaos. Just bringing your attention to your feet, up through your knees, maybe into your hips even, but just noticing the lower half of your body and moving however feels good to you. You guys look great. No wrong way to do this. Continue to breathe. Maybe bring some movement into your fingers and your hands and your wrists. Maybe your arms. And maybe let yourself stretch in any way that feels good. We've been sitting and singing and doing all kinds of things for the past hour.
Pipelines to backyard.
And maybe let yourself shake it out a little bit. We'll shake it out. And we're gonna find our heart. Boom, boom.
Realigned and on point.
Boom,
Power
boom.
to the peaceful.
Boom, boom.
Prayers to the water.
Boom, boom.
Women at the center. All vessels open. To
Boom,
give
boom.
and receive.
Boom, boom.
Let's see the system brought down to.
All right, keep moving in any way that feels good to you. Maybe start to walk around the space a little bit. All right, and we're gonna start to line up. So if we can line this center aisle, we're gonna go out 2 by 2, just encouraging you to dance in any way that feels joyful, that feels good to you. But coming to the center aisle, and we're just gonna do a little soul train right here and dance our way to Beach Hall.
I'm made of thunder. I'm made of lightning. I'm made of dirt. Made of the fine.
All right, who's next? I need someone else coming down the center aisle so we can celebrate you. Yeah, Chris.
Let's go and try our luck. See, I've got my roots down, 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 down.
Oh, my water's up there.
Down, down.
Yeah, Paul.
I've got my
Let it be weird, folks. Let yourself be a little weird this morning. Let's dance our way out. I gotta get my water. We'll see you in Beach Hall. Woo!
I've got my roots down, down, down deep. I've got my roots down, down, down deep. So what are we doing here? What has been done? What are you gonna do about it when the world comes undone? My voice feels tiny, and I'm sure so does yours. Put us all together, make a mighty trust the movement. I negate the chaos, uplift the negative. I'll show up at the table again and again and again. I'll close my mouth and learn to live.